Good morning. Please stand and join me in welcoming the class of 2022. Please remain standing as I invite Head Marshal Jenny Patel to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next, we will honor our country with the national anthem performed by the DHS Mixed Chorus. At this time, I ask that you remain standing, and we will observe a moment of silence in memory of longtime town manager Wayne Marquis, who recently passed away. Mr. Marquis was always an enthusiastic supporter of Danvers High School, and I personally benefited from working with him early in my career. And now a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Adam Federico, and I am the proud principal of Danvers High School. I'd like to say good morning and thank Chairperson Eric Crane from the school committee and the rest of the school committee who have joined us this morning. I'd also like to recognize our superintendent, Miss Mary Wormers, and our distinguished guests, faculty, parents, and relatives. Most of all, I want to welcome the class of 2022. I'd like to recognize the hard work of our senior class advisor, Ms. Julie O'Neill, for her hard work, time, and dedication to the class of 2022 throughout her 4 years at Danvers High School. She would be here except for the fact that she's a little busy welcoming her third child into her family. I'd also like to recognize our class officers, Jake, Connor, Ariana, and Paul, for their enthusiasm and leadership this year. I am so grateful to my team of Ms. Julie Scroy, Ms. Kerry LeBlanc, and Mr. Peter DeMoro for their guidance, expertise, and collaboration in making Danvers High School the learning community that it is today. I extend our sincere gratitude to our town manager and the entire Danvers Department of Public Works for providing the immaculate setting for today's ceremony. It's great to be outside with all of you. And lastly, I would like to thank our staff and faculty for supporting our scholars and preparing the class of 2022 to do great things beyond their time at Danvers High School. A lot of people like to talk to students about the real world. They seem to think that life in high school is somehow not real. I've spent a lot of time with these students, whether it was bus rides to Washington, D.C., proms, field days, or even racing them in an inflatable obstacle course. I know this class pretty well. High school is all about managing the highs and lows of life. It's a time filled with emotions, friendships, and adversity, all wrapped up into the building behind us. When our school needed student leadership, it has been the seniors rising and challenging in our school to help us do better. This group has been faced with adversity, much of it from outside of our school, and they have held their heads high and conducted themselves with class and dignity. You can applaud, absolutely. I am truly proud of this class. The question of are you ready for the real world is not the right one for this occasion. The question we should be asking is the real world ready for you? Thank you, and best of luck to the class of 2022. I'm very pleased to welcome our superintendent, Ms. Mary Wormers, to the podium.
Good morning. Today we're here to celebrate the 195 graduating seniors who make up the Danvers High Class of 2022. It is my pleasure to welcome the Danvers School Committee members, Danvers High administrators, Danvers High faculty and staff, Danvers DPW, family and friends of our graduates, and finally, a big welcome to our Danvers High seniors who worked so hard to make it to this graduation day. Who could have imagined when you started your freshman year in 2018 that your high school experience would be dramatically altered by a pandemic? Before 2020, many of us did not know what a pandemic was. But after about a year and a half of high school, you would experience a vastly different type of schooling where the most important skills that you would learn were not from a textbook, but those of self-awareness and self-management. This school year, as you arrived for what we hope would be a normal year, we transitioned your skills to relearning how to work as a collective group in your classrooms. You engaged in developing social awareness skills, like understanding others' perspectives, recognizing strengths in others, demonstrating empathy and compassion, and showing your concern for the feelings of others. According to the Harvard Youth Poll completed this year, your generation communicated that you feel today's adults are struggling to solve our society's problems, and that you realized it is up to your generation to take civic action. This finding made me think of a group of Danvers High seniors in Mr. White's Project Citizen class. During their impressive public presentations, these students detailed their work to become a strong, cohesive team in order to identify and to solve a problem in our community. Now, this was not a group of students who were all in the same friend group. Rather, they were a diverse mix of students who got to know each other and the strengths that each could bring to the team. This collective work gave the individual students a sense of purpose and a sense of belonging. It helped them learn how to accept people's differences and accept that they had to let go of some of their individual wants in order to succeed together. They bonded as a team through this work, and they are a model of what can happen when this generation steps up to tackle a problem. And from what other Danvers High's teachers and administrators have told me, this type of work is not isolated to this one group of students. It represents this year's seniors. We've been so fortunate to have this amazing senior class model the way back to student collaborative learning and leadership for our school district. So, as I come to the end of my remarks, my hope for each of you, beyond success in your future endeavors, is to continue your individual work to grow your skills in managing your emotions, achieving personal and collective goals, in feeling and showing empathy for others, in establishing and maintaining supportive relationships, and in making responsible and caring decisions. Congratulations to the DHS Class of 2022.
Thank you, Superintendent Wormers. At this time, I'm very pleased to welcome our 4 class officers to the podium: Class Treasurer Paul Canning, Vice President Connor Horn, Class Secretary Ariana Bazanson, and Class President Jake Spignese.
Hello, class of 2022. All right. First off, I would like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for not dropping the ball on me. Without all of you, I wouldn't be standing here today, and I would not have the great honor of being able to give this speech to you. Thank you all very, very much. In order for us to get to the part where we find out who we really are, a little reflection seems to be in order. Middle school was 3 years of nothing and 3 years of everything at the exact same time. It was chaotic, weird, and half the time you didn't know if you had a real friend or not. However, it was what really kick-started our careers as students in Danvers, and it set the foundation that we were all able to build off of to become the amazing people that we are today. Personally, there are some moments in middle school that I would probably like to forget, as I can assure is the same with most of you, but looking back on it, I would not change a thing. It happened for a reason, and without those years to look back on and admire how much we've grown, there would be no way of knowing just how much we all deserve to be sitting here today, finally being able to say that we made it. Ever since we started middle school, the last 6 years have been full of friends, classes, teachers, and work. However, for the first time ever, the plans we are making fall strictly on ourselves. New doors are opening up, gateways to places that we've never been before, and pathways to very important people in our lives that we have yet to meet. I know leaving all of this behind may be a little bit hard, but thinking about the fact that we were all lucky enough to be given something that makes these goodbyes so difficult might make it a little more bearable. The illusion of time tricked us into thinking that 4 years was a long, long time. If I can leave you all with something, please let it be this. 20 years from now, you will regret the things that you have not done more than the things that you have. If these last few years specifically have not taught you to seize the day, I do not know what will. Don't waste a minute. Dare to dream and take the leap without being afraid of falling, because you will fall. Don't let the inevitability of such an occasion sway you from making decisions that you want to make. You fall, you dust yourself off, and you get back up. Life, just like middle school, can be something of everything and a little bit of nothing, all at the same time. So just take it one day at a time and live. Because class of 2022, this is the beginning of anything that you want. Thank you.
It's like backwards.
Thank you, Paul, for sharing those special memories from our younger years in middle school. Good morning, class of 2022, friends and families. My name is Connor Horn, and I have the pleasure of sharing some of our experiences from freshman and sophomore years. I'd like to first share a quote with you from the great basketball player, Michael Jordan. "Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it." The start of freshman year, which felt like a huge transition from middle school to high school, turned out, in hindsight, to be a relatively small change compared to what lay ahead. Finally being free in school and able to go on our phones and listen to music was exciting, but there were also obstacles we encountered. Like on the first day of school, seeing guys with beards thinking they were teachers, but then realizing they were our new classmates. That was a bit nerve-wracking. We were finally in high school and now one of the big kids. Freshman year was a first for everything. Going to our first football game and finally being allowed to sit in the fan section gave you the feeling you were finally a Falcon. Having our first pep rally was a cool experience for most of us. Seeing our friends participate in the games, or even ourselves, but for some of us, it was more fun getting out of school early that day. These small moments were showing us what high school was really like. Getting to sign up for clubs and trying out for teams was a big change that a lot of us were willing to take. Whether it was joining the math team, signing up for DECA, or trying out for Falconizer sport teams, there were so many opportunities for us to try something new. Making connections with some of our peers and the older kids through these activities, we have created memories that will last a lifetime. Getting ready for our first midterms was stressful, but the support of our teachers took some of the stress off our shoulders. After midterms, the first half of our freshman year was over, which meant only one more semester before summer. At this point, we had our biggest event still yet to happen that year, our freshman semi. This was an exciting time where we finally attended our first dance as high schoolers. As the summer got closer, the days felt quicker as we counted down to the final bell. As our first year of high school came to an end, little did any of us know the challenges that lay ahead of us in our sophomore year. As we look back at our sophomore year, we will tell future generations this was a year like no other. What started as a great year was only short-lived. Everything was normal for the first half of the year, going to our second pep rally in the fall and getting ready for our second midterms in the winter. Everything was going well. The second half of the year was supposed to be the better half. The weather was getting nicer, and the summer was just around the corner. Our only worry was if it was going to snow again that year. Sorry. Then on March 13th, our lives changed. One phone call led to a 2-week break, which turned into a 5-month vacation. The whole country was shut down and under quarantine due to the coronavirus. This was uncharted territory for all of us. Waking up and doing the same thing on repeat for weeks didn't feel real. Hybrid school meant we were expected to complete assignments on our own. Not being able to participate in after-school clubs and activities and not seeing our friends every day was really upsetting. The only form of communication with classmates was through our phones. This time of isolation, however, helped many of us learn things about ourselves that we didn't know we could do. Whether it was making TikToks, creating music, or thinking we were going pro in video games, everyone found new ways to enjoy themselves. For some people, it was binge watching every show on Netflix or playing video games 10 hours straight. We learned how to face the obstacle in front of us and climb it, go through it, or work around it. Take a moment now and recognize that you did it. We are on the other side of it, and we are moving forward. As I leave you here today, I want you to know how proud I am to be a member of this class. We have overcome and risen above challenges that are unprecedented. I hope you will all carry this sense of resilience with you as you are faced with challenges and obstacles in the future. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Best of luck to you as you all enter into your next chapter of life.
Thank you, Connor, and good morning, everyone. I first want to thank our administration, teachers, classmates, parents, friends, family, and coaches for all their help and support over the years. I am honored to be speaking here today. We have been long awaiting this day, the day we graduate. I congratulate you, senior class, on your hard work to be here today. I have the honor of speaking about our experiences of junior and senior years. There has been significant development and growth in these 2 years. Finding who you are, becoming independent, and stepping outside the boundaries of comfort we've been so accustomed. We expected these 2 years to be tremendous and the most enjoyable. After all, we are at the top of the food chain, the big fish in little pond, and at the peak of our high school careers. But life doesn't always turn out the way we hope it to be, and we were faced with some extraordinary challenges that we all, individually and collectively, had to overcome. Junior year had its fair share of challenges. Modified sporting events and singing in masks became the norm. Having to walk one way down a hallway, and if you had science on the 3rd floor and then gym, you were just late to class. And oh boy, the stress of having 3 days home from school. Sometimes I just didn't know what to do with myself. Oh wait, I watched episodes of Friends over and over and over again. But let's not forget that there were real challenges. Most of us know someone who became really sick, was completely isolated, or even worse. Our educators were faced with questions and situations they had never experienced. Our nurses and doctors had to overcome daily travesties that were previously unimaginable, and many families battled with trying to figure out how to simply make everyday work. I could spend more time discussing those challenges, but there are so many positive, memorable experiences that come to mind. I am compelled to quote the infamous Dolly Parton, "If you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain." Everyone's rainstorm has been different these past couple of years, but we have pushed through and reached our long-awaited, amazing ending. And the ending here is just the beginning of our next chapter. These are the great memories I hope we can reflect upon. The fundraising and philanthropic efforts within our local communities was absolutely heartwarming. Think of, and this is just one example of so many, the impact we had on My Brother's Table and the numerous people and families we helped. The success of our DECA national finalists, how impressive were they representing Danvers? The numerous NEC championships are something surrounding towns have come to aspire to. The new friendships that were cultivated on the field, stage, and classroom. And the amazing accomplishments and performances of the chorus groups, theater, and band. And of course, getting to experience all of our lasts. Our last first day, the last time we stepped onto the field or stage, our last game, our last performance, our last Friday night football game, our last pep rally, our last dance, and today, the last time we will come together as a class. I encourage all of you to find these moments to do good, be the best version of you, influence positive change, and keep performing acts of kindness. We are the class who is capable of this. I am proud to be a part of this community, a community who dares to push one another and work together to overcome these challenges. A class that exemplifies greatness. I look forward to seeing and hearing all of the great things that come from you. Congratulations, class of 2022. And don't forget, my fellow classmates, it's okay if it rains because nothing grows without rain.
Hello, everyone, and happy graduation. Thank you to Ari for the introduction, and thank you to everyone for being here today. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jake Spignese, and I have had the honor of being president of the class of 2022 for the past 4 years. It's pretty real to be standing here today, and it's hard to believe that we are already graduating. I want to start off by expressing my sincere gratitude for each and every one of you. You all have given me the opportunity to stand before you today, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. I would also like to thank everybody who has supported me throughout high school and my educational journey. Thank you to my family, incredible friends, and teachers like Mr. Malin, and of course, my bestie, Mrs. Bullier, otherwise known as Miss Sims. I am so lucky to have received such incredible support. When we determined that I would be speaking about the future, my first response was, wow, what an incredibly narrow and approachable topic. This speech is practically going to write itself. Now, I hope that the sarcasm came across in that last line, because what really happened was a moment or two of internal panic and about 3 to 4 weeks of blank pieces of paper instead of drafts. The future is so complex. It's a mix of elated anticipation while also being a sobering reflection on the past. So naturally, I was pretty lost. Not knowing where to start, I did what I normally do when I'm confused. Seek the guidance of one of the greatest thinkers I know. I'm sure you're all wondering who this is, and many of you might know her. She's one of my best friends, Remy Lombardi, who I can always count on to have a philosophical remark that is at the same time insightful and sarcastic. Remy pointed me in the directions of one of her favorite quotes by German philosopher George Hegel, who stated, "But that's the perpetual tragedy of life. The owl of Minerva flies only at dusk." While Hegel was trying to make a broader statement about philosophy and human nature, I think that his statement still holds some truth for us today. He's essentially saying that human enlightenment and this sense of understanding comes only at the end of a journey. Essentially, we only know now because of the results of our past actions. And he says that this is tragic because we cannot rectify our past actions. We can only look back at them retrospectively. While I love the sentiment of this statement, I'm not sure how much I agree with this being tragic. Now I know what many of you are thinking. Who does this 18-year-old kid think he is, getting up here and doubting the work of a renowned philosopher? And I will admit, you could definitely consider aspects today as a tragedy. This is likely the last time that we will all sit together as a class. One of our last moments before assuming more adult responsibilities, and a last moment of anticipation before the reality of the following years sets in. However, just as today is the end of a path, or dusk, as Hegel would classify it, it also marks a new beginning. Just as the sun sets today, a brighter one rises, one full of opportunity. Opportunity to pursue a fulfilling career, opportunity to explore one's sense of self, and opportunity to make a difference in the world. Over the past years, I have gotten to know each and every one of you as peers, classmates, and friends. I have witnessed the incredible growth and resilience that each of us holds. I know that our class will go on to do incredible things. And as the sun of tomorrow rises, I know that each and every one of us will utilize this sense of knowledge that we've attained over the past years to make a profound impact on the world around us. Thank you all so much.
Next, we will hear remarks from our student scholars. I'm pleased to welcome to the podium class essayist Chase Cassiotis.
Thank you, Mr. Federico, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. I'm incredibly honored to be delivering this speech to all of you. There is nothing that I am happier to do than to call all of you my classmates. We all have made it through a lot in the past 4 years, and it has definitely been one crazy ride. We all have been able to watch each other and grow and triumph over the hardships we've endured. This gives me great pride in calling myself a member of this class in particular. First and foremost, I feel as though a few thank yous must be made. I thank all of the amazing faculty and staff at the high school. This journey would never be able to be made without your presence in all aspects of our education. On top of that, there needs to be a thank you to all of our families. Everyone sitting in the stands right now has made an impact on one of us in a major way. It is impossible to truly say how deeply the people around us are able to affect us. As I reflect on our time in high school, I think we can all agree that it was a different experience than any other grade has ever had. Nobody is or probably will ever be able to say they went through a situation exactly like ours. When all was said and done, we only had one truly normal year of high school, which was our freshman year. It is insane to think about how far we've come since those days of cruising through the halls, thinking that we were the coolest kids coming out of the middle school. Throughout our time at the high school, we all have been forced to mature quickly and deal with a whole slew of challenges. The need to learn remotely, the lack of face-to-face interactions with our teachers and friends. We were able to make it through an entire pandemic, so I think that college will be a piece of cake for all of us. We've got this. As we continue on, I ask that everyone remembers one thing. Be kind to everyone around you. A little bit of kindness, especially when no one's looking, can go a long way. Treat the people around you, regardless of their occupation or status, with the same regard that you yourself wish to receive. The best way for a person to act is with a level of respect, dignity, and empathy towards each individual. Help one person, and it allows everyone around them to be better as well. People will remember how you made them feel. Be that positive influence on all of those around you. In the end, I am no more qualified to be giving this speech than any other person in this amazing class. Every single one of us is capable of great things in different areas of expertise. Whether that is in the arts, athletics, or intellectual realms of study, we are all incredibly unique and have something great to offer to this crazy world that we live in. Not one of these areas is more important than the others. There needs to be a true balance in all three in order to prosper as a society. I look forward to coming back to Danvers after college and hearing about what everyone is doing next in their lives. Each and every one of us has this great potential that we've cultivated for the last 12 years of our lives. None of these would be possible without our families, our teachers, and our classmates. Overall, just congratulations to everyone sitting here through this speech today. I wish nothing but the best for all of you. Go out and blaze a trail. Be the leaders that you're all destined to become. Thank you.
Next, I'm pleased to invite to the podium Class Salutatorian Kevin Sidlowski.
Good morning, class of 2022. As introduced, my name is Kevin Sidlowski, and I am proud to be your class salutatorian. I would like to thank you all for allowing me to speak today. It is a great honor. I'd first like to thank Mr. Federico, Mr. Groy, Ms. LeBlanc, and Mr. DeMauro. They came into this year in new roles, and they really have made an absolutely great impact on the school. They fit so well into our beautiful community. So I'd like to give a round of applause for them, for they've been really great. As a member of the Danvers High School Band and Chorus, this is my 4th year attending a DHS graduation ceremony. I could never imagine myself standing up on the stage, addressing the crowd before me, but here I am today. From that time spent during those long, hot graduation days, I've learned one thing. I hate long speeches, so I'll try and keep this short and sweet. When thinking about writing this speech, one song kept playing over and over again in my head, and as the title of my speech says, the song is "The Times They Are A-Changin' by Bob Dylan. This song focuses on our struggle to change as people and as communities. Change is something that is hard to deal with, but I don't need to tell any of you that. I've struggled with change my entire life, and I hate it. But change is a natural and necessary part of humanity. Even though we might fear it, it is with change that we become better and more successful human beings. Many of us can agree that leaving high school is scary. Some of you will go to colleges and universities, some will join the military, and others will enter a trade or even start a business. All of that opportunity is overwhelming. For me, I applied to many colleges, but I had no idea where I'd end up. Application after application, question after question, essay after essay, I thought to myself, was any of this worth it? This was such a big burden on my shoulders, and I didn't want to mess anything up, as it would affect the rest of my life. I struggled with these thoughts for months. It took me until our Danvers High School music trip to Washington, D.C. to see my life in a much more clear lens. I took part in the concert band and choruses performances as we all placed in the superior ranking at King's Dominion and our first place performance at with the marching band during the Apple Blossom Festival. This trip was probably one of the biggest growing experiences of my life. Compared to our trip in 8th grade, chorus and band kids had much more freedom to go around the city and experience everything more holistically. Going to the Capitol building, experiencing the National Botanical Gardens, and eating arguably the best Chipotle I've ever had at Union Station. My favorite moment, however, was experiencing the Lincoln Memorial much differently than I had 5 years ago. If you've ever been to the Lincoln Memorial, you know that there are 1 billion people on the hundreds of steps overlooking the National Mall. Groups of middle school students and families swarm the area, leaving little to no room. In order to combat the crowd, myself and a couple friends went around to the back of the memorial, which I had never seen before. We were met with a beautiful view of the cities around Washington during sunset. Absolutely no one was there except for us, and it was peaceful and calm. We went down to the grass, and I laid down looking up at the almost night sky, and the earth stood still for a second. At that moment, and I have no idea why, I became at peace with all the change happening around me. I realized that change was leading me to a new chapter in my life, and that was getting ready to be explored. I was there with my friends in a surreal environment, and I knew it was now okay to move on. I hope that you all have your moment, if you haven't already, to become at peace with the change that is happening around you. Change might be scary, but change creates good. Before I wrap up the speech with one final remark, I'd like to thank a handful of people who got me to where I am today. First will be some teachers. Thank you, Ms. Oste, Ms. Toomey, and Mr. White for helping me be more critical about the books I read and the world around me. English was never my best subject, but you three made it memorable. And I would never forget my other English teacher, Mr. Milcarrick, who sacrificed so much to make sure I could participate in band while also getting a senior year of English. Mr. McGillen, your jokes and creative way of teaching left me with many memories of linear pairs and all things geometry. Mr. Butterworth, you taught me how to problem solve not only in math, but with all situations around me. Madame Wiebenson, I know you're not here, but j'apprécie toutes les discussions et les leçons sur le monde qui m'entoure. I'll ask you later, and if I said that wrong. Mr. Black, as an Irishman, I have to say you're one of the only Brits I can get behind. I appreciate all of your hard work and extra time spent making me who I am today. Sanj, you taught me more about America than any textbook could ever do. Also, you taught me the beauty of woodworking. Miss Maury, I will never forget our amazing projects and when Kevin Rogers spent 45 minutes creating cufflinks for Henry VIII. Mr. Buckoff, you were my favorite teacher during my freshman year. I was the nerd who looked forward to your long blocks. Finally, the last two teachers. Mr. Grover, you allowed me to explore my passion for singing and become a leader in such an amazing group who went all the way to the ICHSA semifinals. And Mr. Daniels, or my name for him, Double D, you sacrificed so much for me to succeed in band and in school. You helped me excel, and you definitely humbled me. I appreciate everything you've done for me. To Bruhism, our little group made up of Louis Velasquez, Paul Canning, and Gavin Martin. You guys are irreplaceable. Kevin Rogers, Owen Eckelkamp, and Nick Holmesy, I could talk hours and hours with you. And to my best friend in the whole world, Maddie Little, I do not have any words to describe how much you mean to me. To end my thank yous, I want to thank my family, Michael, or not so little Sid. I thank you for being an outlet to bounce ideas and for being the best brother a dude can ask for. Dad, you introduced me to my passion for music and grossed me out with all your science talk. I appreciate all those conversations about cells. Mom, no one can describe how much of a role model you are. You're the strongest person I know, and you kick butt everywhere you go. I love you all. And I would like to end the speech by sharing with you my favorite verse from Dylan's masterpiece, as I think it is very important to our current world. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. The old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend your hand, for the times they are a-changin'. Our road has just been laid, class of 2022. Travel down and be the change that you want to see in our world. Thank you.
Next, it's my great honor to welcome our valedictorian, Amanda Tinkham, to the podium.
Should have worn higher heels. Good morning. I first want to address my fellow graduates. I feel very honored to be able to speak on this day, our graduation day. A unique path full of challenges and triumphs had led each one of us here today. In writing this speech, I reflected on my own journey to graduation, and through that reflection, I realized that my journey has not been entirely my own. It has been built by the contributions of others. There has been no greater contribution than the one that my parents have made to me. To my mom and dad, I am forever grateful for the passion for learning you inspired in me at a young age, and for the love and support you gave me through all of my endeavors. To my extended family, even though you couldn't always be physically here as you are today, I knew that you were always supporting me from afar, and that meant so much to me. To all of the teachers and mentors that have helped me along the way, your dedication and passion for helping students grow to their potential has changed my life for the better. I speak for my whole class when I acknowledge the additional work and challenges that teachers have adapted to in the wake of the pandemic. We have seen all that you have done to support us, and we are truly grateful. Lastly, I want to thank my peers who challenged me to reach this accomplishment today and have given me memories that I will carry for the rest of my life. It is typically at this point in a graduation speech that the speaker offers profound life advice to the graduating class. I find this concept to be a bit ironic because I am just 18, like all of you, without a claim to wisdom that is acquired over the course of a lifetime. How can I offer advice when I have yet to experience life outside of Danvers High School? We all have many more lessons to learn as we leave all that we have known for the past 4 years behind and branch out on our own. However, I am comforted by the fact that our experience at Danvers High School has provided us with the fundamental skills and lessons that will serve us well as we begin a new journey. Of these lessons, none will serve us better than understanding our power over our own destiny. When I began high school, I thought that I knew what to expect. Although I was apprehensive to begin a new chapter in my life, I had a plan, a series of goals I would meet on my way to success. It is human nature to formulate these expectations for ourselves when we are faced with a new beginning. I was able to meet some of my goals for this phase of my life, while others did not quite go the way that I had planned. I'm sure that this is the case for all of us here today. We have undoubtedly all experienced setbacks and challenges over the past 4 years. Despite our best efforts, sometimes life has a way of derailing our plans with obstacles that prevent our expectations from coming to fruition. When this happens, the easy choice is to be discouraged by what is beyond our control. We must realize that although we cannot control what life puts in our path, we can control how we respond to it and shape our destiny. As Serena Williams said, a champion is defined not by their wins, but by how they can recover when they fall. As we start our journey, we will all undoubtedly have moments where we feel like we are falling. I challenge you all to make the choice to stand. You, and no one else, have the power to define how your setbacks will affect you. Will they bring you down, or will they motivate you to work harder and reach your goals? I am grateful for the adversity that I faced to get to where I am today, because it has challenged me to be stronger. When we stick with a goal, despite hardships we face, we reach new heights that we could not have originally anticipated. What heights will we, the class of 2022, reach on our journey? We sit here today with every possibility open to us. Our future is an unwritten book, and we're empowered to craft our own stories. For the first time in our lives, we have freedom to choose our destiny. Look inside yourself and ask yourself where you want to be and set your course towards it. Do you want to travel the world, continue your education, pursue a passion? When faced with a choice, I hope that you choose the path that leads to your dreams. Measure your success not based on the desire of others, as we often do when we're young, but by your own dreams and happiness. We are lucky that we have the privilege of starting our journey with the great foundation of a Danvers High School education. Here, we have learned together, grown together, and made memories that we will hold dear. I will especially remember our senior luau as we were able to come together as a class after a difficult period, and of course, our prank day with the mariachi band. Take some time in your celebration to recall your favorite memories over the past 4 years and appreciate the bonds you created with your peers, your mentors, and your families. Remember this time fondly. High school was a memorable part of our lives, but nevertheless just a part, a beginning. It is difficult to leave the past behind, especially when it is full of these good memories. Our wide open future is daunting, but as you celebrate this accomplishment today, I urge you to begin to set your sights on that future. Don't let high school be the highlight of your life, but instead the beginning of this great journey ahead. There is a world outside of Danvers High School that we are about to discover. From here, we will move on and become who we were meant to be. Thank you.
At this time, I'm pleased to have our senior chorus members perform the song Light.
First of all, we need some light. We can't sit here in the dark all alone. It's a sorry sight. It's just you and me. We'll live, you'll see.
Sit and wait for the morning light, but we've waited far too long. All that's wrong to be made right.
Day after day, wishing all our cares away, trying to fight the things we feel, but some hurts never heal. Some ghosts are never when the night is finally gone, and when we see a new day dawn, we'll wonder how we've wandered for so long, so blind. The wasted world we thought we knew, the light will make it look brand new. So let it shine, 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 day after day, find the will to find our way, knowing that the darkest skies will someday see the sun. When our darkness comes, there will be light. There will be light when we open up our lives, sons and daughters, husbands, wives, and fight that fight. There will be light. There will be light. There will be light. There will be
Okay, it's the time we've all been waiting for. Members of the school committee, as princess, that's great. As principal. I had to give you something to talk about today, so. As principal of Danvers High School, I certify that the following students have met the requirements for a high school diploma. Presenting the diplomas is a team effort, so at this time, I would like to ask Mr. Eric Crane, the chairman of the school committee, as well as the class officers, to join me at the podium to assist in the presentation of the diplomas. All right. So you're going to go, I think, on that side. Let's just see.
Imad Edin Aboud. Major Brooks Adair. Milena Grace Agelicus. Adam Christopher Ackerman. Olivia Jane Anderson. Harrison Mashioro Aridis. Lauren Rose Osiello. Sabrina Marie Osiello. Jessica Ingrid Bastos Azevedo. Dominic Rafael Baez. Leona Bangura. Hannah Lee Barclay. Ryan Michael Bartholomew. Donovan Jameson Bierstaker. Jason Alexander Bissett Jr. Karina Ashley Bowles. Eric Rocco Booth.
Thank you, sir. Got it, buddy. You good?
Josh Booth. Raquel Eloise Booth. Meredith Elizabeth Brady. Grace Evelyn Brinkley. Ethan Tyler Burnett. Caliana Jade Patton Burrell. Emily Alice Calder. Brandon Lawrence Cash. Ariana Lisette Chavez. Gabrielle Rose Chisholm. Alex Joseph Christopoulos. Ashley Louise Clark. Kendra Nicole Cohn. Ava Olivia Cooper.
Congratulations, Ava.
Charlotte Andrea Cowig. Justin Philip Criscolo. Lily Grace Criscolo. Aiden Leary Cookeen.
Good job, buddy. You did it. Good job.
John Patrick Curran. Dylan Thomas D'Alessandro. Colby Jean Davis. Hermes de Jesus Roman. Emma Catherine Delisle.
They said it would be in here.
It's up there.
Jonathan Dupre. Braden Jessica Devitt. Samantha Kayla Dion. Emily Rose DeStasio. And Lauren Ganchu Joko. Aiden Michael Drislane. Me too, dog. Me too. Lucy Ray Dumont. Emma Lynn Dunn. Brooke Livia Durkee. Owen Garrison Eckelkamp. Amr Abdulbasit El-Asawi. Jad Jihad El-Shaib. Flip back a little bit, hold on. Ali El-Hadidi. You too. Williams Damilola Elusakin. Thank you. Jesus, everything got messed up. Caitlin Lee Emery. McConan Charles Eon. Juan Manuel Estrada. Yeah, you too. You stop talking about that. Leah Amy Evans. Charlotte Rosemary Fabrizi. Seth James Fagoni. Isabella Ann Fanning. Delaney Michelle Flynn. Jasper Paul Folkens. Juliana Nina Francis. Amir Marcus Garcia. Max Edu Gasanowski. Jude Winkler Gettings. Evan Yanni Glinos. Nice, yeah. Nice. Taylor Fritz Golden. Emma Elizabeth Gomes. David Michael Gongus. Maddie Alexandria Gongus. Nicholas Stewart Goodwin. Lucy Kate Graffam. Alexandra Gabrielle Griffin. Adasia L. Hagler. Zachary Leongdun Hamill. Ariana Elizabeth Haskins. Emma Grace Hatch. Margaret Dorothy Healy. Julissa Raquel Hernandez Espinoza. Jared Graham Hilton. Love you, man. Congrats, dude. Alexia Marie Nadowitz. Nicholas Hyun Kim Holmesy. Evangeline Marie Hunter. Daniel Van Hun. William D. Hun. Brendan Matthew Johnson.
Celtics in 6.
They might need 7. Jacqueline Rose Jones. Congrats, John.
Emma Kintarvik. Colin Patrick Kelter. Ryan Mohammed Khan. James Lee Klingler. Alyssa Grace Coker. Anna Rose Crisco. Haley Alyssa LaChance. Ryan Decoy Lamb. Aiden Charles Landfear. Ambrose Larson. Evan Cooper Laws. Caitlin Barbara Lennox. Kevin Paul Lennox.
Nice job, Kevin.
Michael Anthony Leon. Emily Paulina Laniers. Madeline Claire Little. Shayna Erin Little. Luke Andrew Llewellyn. Remy McKay Lombardi. Anna Christina Lopez. Corey Jason McNeil. Brian Gerard Mahoney. Jade Alexandra Malone. Casey Mandry. Maria Ann Mangini. Brandon Alejandro Marquez Sosa. Sienna Lee Martin. Tyler James Martin. Sophia Rose Mastrangelo. Ava Grace Matt. Matthew Adam Maurice. Connor Michael McCarthy. Nolan Andrew McElroy. Tyler James McGinnis. Kyla Jordan McNamara. Mateo Enrique Meaden. Adam George Menser. Shay Thomas Mishad. Amanda Marie Michael. Catherine Diana Moralia. Jameson D. Moore. Kyle Colin Morrissey. John Edgeworth Murphy IV. Kevin Kamau Mora. Salvatore Nils Napoli. Tiffany Tan Nguyen. Natalie Oliveira Onofre. Sean Edward Ouellette.
Daniela Francesca Palazzola. Joseph John Parisi. Harry Patterson. Elvis Eliel Paulino. Dorian Alexander Perez. Logan Xavier Perez. Reese Emma Pizzeni. Caleb Alexander Raisley. Sabrina Reese Ramsey. Kayla Margaret Redford. Owen David Reynolds. Kiara Rosaria Richards. Kevin Patrick Rogers. Sarah Kelly Rogers. Jack Robert Rooney. Jacob Francis Ryan. Sophie Halstead Ryan. Tyler Christopher Savage. Andrew Joseph Sharp. Rachel Marion Sherrick. Shanti Laxmi Shrestha. Albi Riza Sherda. Nicole Marchioro Silva. Alexia Simpson. Juliana Marie Skane. Adam James Skinner. Aiden Richard Smith. Scott Edwin Selesky. Emily Ann Soames. Kyle William Stanton. Matthew Edward Stetson. Tyler James Sullivan. James Curtis Thibodeau. Emily Catherine Tibbetts. Kathleen Maria Tiernan. Emily Catherine Tobin. Christina Marie Sumis. Nicholas Jeffrey Tucker. Luis Gregorio Velasquez. Angelina Marie Ventura. Juris Luis Ventura. Matthew Robert Very. Michael Stephen Volpe. Tess Elizabeth Vonsalides. Kale Andrew Wallace. Brendan Francis Whalen. Brad Mark Wilichowski. Christina Jordan Yeba.
I have the honor of presenting diplomas to our class officers and our class scholars, if they could line up to the podium. Paul Joseph Canning. Ariana Joanne Bazanson. Connor Jacob Horn. Jake Spignese. Chase Robert Cassiotis. Kevin Christopher Sidlowski. Amanda Louise Tinkham. Class of 2022, will you please stand? Move your tassels from right to left. You are now official graduates of Danvers High School. Congratulations.